How's it going, everyone? Anyone who follows my channel knows that I have been someone who's covering Exela Technologies, ticker symbol XELA, on YouTube for a while. I'm someone who kind of thinks there is hope for the company in the sense that they have a lot of operations in terms of scale. They do over $1 billion a year in revenue. Obviously, they have been mishandled severely by the board over the years, and there's been some bad decisions made by the company, hence why they are in such a dire financial situation. However, I kind of hold out hope that there is potentially some future for the company. Now, the big news that we've been all anticipating was that last week there was meant to be this major shareholder meeting where there was going to be voting, deciding whether or not a reverse stock split would take place. The board has obviously urged voters to vote in favor of such a move, and they were saying it will be between 1 for 100 and 1 for 200 at the discretion of the board. Now, obviously, that is a very tough pill to swallow for shareholders, but to be honest, it's actually something that kind of needs to happen to ensure that the company is going to remain as a trading entity on the NASDAQ. They have been down below NASDAQ listing requirements for quite some time, and this is probably the only way they've got to come back and remain compliant with NASDAQ regulations. Anyway, so that meeting was meant to happen on the 4th of May, and just before the meeting was scheduled to happen, there was a rescheduled notice put out by Exela Technologies. And I think this might be a sign that they haven't had enough shareholders register to vote for this adoption of the reverse stock split, and that might be why they've put off the meeting for a week. I can't think of any other reason why. Like, obviously they need this to happen to remain as a going concern, at least in terms of NASDAQ listing requirements. Now, I for one have put a $3,000 bet on Exela being able to weather this current storm that they're going through, and that they will execute on plans that they were talking about last year, where they were going to sell XBP Europe for I think $200 million, which is literally 5 times what their market cap is at the moment. With that money, they were going to do the right thing by the company and pay down some of the significant debt, which is really holding the company back, as well as take part in a bit of a stock buyback, which is where I see there being a lot of potential for a jump in the stock price. This is why I put this bet on the company. Now, obviously, I put this bet on when the stock price was around 7 cents. It's now about 50% lower, so I'm actually quite hurting a lot at the moment. I've only put in money that I can afford to lose. This is only a small part of what I'm investing, and it very much is a gamble on my part. However, whatever happens with this reverse stock split, and I think it's got to happen either way. I know that a lot of my position is going to be probably eroded, because obviously a reverse stock split is a very big red flag in the market's mind. Exela undertook one last year, and the stock got absolutely trashed afterwards. And, I'm expecting similar things to happen. The company, like I've said before, I think the company has a bit of a future, because it does have services which are in demand. It's just really hindered by bad debt, and I think it's just been mismanaged. I think the board has a lot to answer for, but, in true fashion with this company, they probably will not be held account for. Anyway, I just thought I'd give a very quick update on what I think is going on with the stock at the moment. Obviously, not much has come out from the stock. They had the big announcement for another $40 million contract. They announced those semi-regularly. That's just like I guess a testament to the scale of their operations. But obviously, the big narrative everyone's following is what's going to happen in terms of a reverse stock split. And obviously that has been delayed, so we have to wait another 5 more days, I think it is, from now, or 3 more days from now, whatever it is. And the other thing I should say, even though I've put my money on this stock about this XBP Europe itself, since this year has rolled in and they've had this extreme NASDAQ delisting pressure put on them, this chat around the sale of XBP Europe has kind of actually just gone away. So it makes me wonder, I don't even know if it's going to happen anymore, but this is the bet I'm playing. I think that whatever this once they get over this delisting threat, that's the next move the company's going to make, and then whatever comes from that is what will be with my bet. I don't know where it's going to go. Anyway, what are you all thinking about Exela at the moment? Are you still think this company's just going nowhere, or Do you think like there is a bit of a future for the company? I'd love to hear what you all think in the comments below. Till next time, everyone, may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.